It was in the summer of 1968 in Hyde Park, London, that the makings of a legacy formed. His loyal followers have since bought 12 million records, rewarding Ian for his 20 years on the road.
We are thought of, I would think, as being a kind of heavy metal group with mandolins. You know, that's what I think we are generally perceived as being. You know, people think of us as a rock band, but most of the time they give us the benefit of the doubt that if we come on and play a few acoustic songs and do, you know, a gentle piece of a song and then it gets suddenly loud and then goes very quiet again, you know, they accept it, which I think when you look at the number of bands that are around, either new bands or old bands, not many people get away with that range.
In the dark of the city, backwards something stirs, then slips away. Law and order in darkest nights, bridge crime and punishment at play. Yeah, Mr. Policeman, won't you come on over? Up me up to the power lines of your love.
I think the album works particularly well because it does have, both in terms of individual songs, a lot of changes of mood, and when you look at the record as a whole and from track to track, there are changes in mood, changes in intensity, and some slight changes in the sort of stylistic background of the music. But, you know, again, it seems to hang together as having that basis in you know, way back, sort of underpinning it is this kind of blues sort of feel.
Riding on the success of his career, Ian satisfied his love of nature by raising a highly sought-after North Atlantic salmon product.
However charitable you might be about salmon pens, cages in the water, they are a bit of an eyesore. Being rather geometrical shapes in the water, they don't look that pretty. So, I mean, that's the way they affect most people in the most direct way. It's just the fact that it's a visual sort of impinging on a view that they've taken for granted for years and years and years. We actually do have the right environment for growing North Atlantic salmon, and we can actually grow better than it seems anybody else in the world can do it. So Scottish salmon really is a very exciting thing to be involved in.
When I started this thing, I thought that statistically, when I began playing music, the lifespan was going to be 2 years, a year and a half for any new band or any new performer. But I couldn't know at the time that we were moving into an area of perhaps more longevity for people. And when 2 years had come and gone and we were still making records and still, you know, growing in our success rather than falling away, it dawned on me we might even make 5 years, you know. And after that I stopped counting, and it was really only sort of, you know, a couple of years ago, and I thought, well, I mean, here I am sort of getting close to 40, and, you know, there are still, you know, a few thousand people out there per night who are going to come and see us, and, you know, whatever it might be, 500,000 or 1 million people are going to buy records if we bring one out, and that's very encouraging. Also a little worrying, because you know that to some extent it must be nostalgia, and nostalgia is a dangerous thing, because the memory plays terrible tricks on you. You always think it was a lot better than it really was.